The short and simple annals of the poor. That's my life, and that's all you or anyone else can make of it. Abe Lincoln said this when asked about his young life. Abe was born in a one-room, windowless house, born on a mattress of corn husks and bear rugs. Because Abe was so poor, his father made him work. In fact, he rented out his son's work for a quarter a day. This made Abe not like hard labor. He enjoyed reading in school much more. I believe that being rented out for a quarter a day had a large impact on his decision-making when it came to abolishing slavery in the United States of America. He knew how inhumane slavery was, but at the same time he understood how important slavery was on the economy in the South. As a kid, he was taught to read at a school that had slaves working for it, but at the same time, he grew up going to a Baptist church that was against slavery and accepted slaves. He was born in Kentucky, and Kentucky at that time largely relied on slave labor. His unique understanding of the United States and its people led to him having a huge impact on America. Ever since his assassination, Abraham Lincoln has been a larger-than-life figure in American culture. Now to my friend Mickey to tell you about the Battle of Gettysburg.
To start, the Battle of Gettysburg was the biggest battle of the war by far. There were no breaks in this war, which added to its intensity and passion. 3,155 Union and 3,903 Confederate soldiers died, which doesn't even account for the soldiers who were wounded or injured during this battle, yet this could have easily been thousands of more. It all started on June 1863. The Confederate Army trudged through the Potomac River, led by Robert E. Lee, the Confederate general. Lee led his 75,000 men on a quest for food, hopes of stability in Virginia, and a plan to attack the North to establish a peace treaty with the Northern Democrats. The first day of battle, General George G. Meade led a Union cavalry, which is a military force mounted on horseback. The Union waited for the Confederates on high ground. The Confederates fought hard and pushed the Union back into town. On the second day of the battle, the Confederates attempted to flank the Union. These flanks occurred at the historical monuments Devil's Den and Little Round Top. The Confederates still could not beat the Union. On the third day of battle, General Robert E. Lee and his men attacked the center of Culp's Hill. This did not work, and the Confederates retreated, resulting in a Union victory. I will now turn it over to Justin, who will be talking about religion and aspects of religion within the Gettysburg Address.
One of Lincoln's main influences when writing the Gettysburg Address was the Bible and other religious materials. Lincoln had always been very knowledgeable about the Bible and the Catholic faith, so it is easy to see why religious messages are very prevalent in the Gettysburg Address. From a young age, Lincoln owned a King James Bible. He had been gifted and quickly became familiar with it. One modern book that analyzes the topic of religious influence on Lincoln is Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, Echoes of the Bible and Book of Common Prayer by A. E. Elmore. The book goes into detail about connections between his address and the Bible. Some phrases used in the Gettysburg Address, taken from the Bible, include resting place, shall not perish, and in vain. Lincoln also borrowed phrases such as conceived, brought forth, new birth, devotion, and consecrate from the Episcopal Book of Prayer. Although when analyzed in modern times, the Bible's influence on Lincoln's writings becomes clear, back during Lincoln's delivery of the speech, Lincoln's biblical references were not immediately recognized. Newspapers praised the Gettysburg Address, calling it the immortal speech, but never mentioned the clear religious influence found within its words. This shows how well written and thought out the speech was.